up, YouTube? Topaz J's back for another daily review, and this one is to that Desiigner Malibu, and I'm giving this one the green light here because this is much better than the last song that I just reviewed from him, man, as he really just worked with his strengths right here, getting some quality production. And this is something that I've said as of recently and for quite some time too, man. Like, there are certain selections of MCs, especially this new generation of trap rappers and all that, that really depend on the quality production that they get. If they get the wrong production, then songs ultimately are ruined from the jump. And which in this case, he selected the right one that goes along with what he's doing. That was half the battle. But yet you can't take away from the things that he did bring to the track, like the energy that he brings with his ad-libs and all of that. And he may not be the most lyrical individual, but this is something that I've said for quite some time. You don't have to be the super lyrical dude in order to create a solid song here, and this just ultimately proves it. But yet, Desiigner is making a decent attempt right here, in which I will give him some props on it. It really comes off as, okay, he doesn't quite understand the concept of wordplay, but yet he wants to do it. So therefore, he's doing it right in one aspect and others not so much. Because let's break down what wordplay actually is. Wordplay is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You're just playing with your words. And in a lot of instances, it's people saying the same exact word over and over, but each time it means something different, in which he does this, but he doesn't do it. Look at the first verse where he's talking about the bathroom and all of that, man. Where he's pretty much saying that he got this chick in the bathroom. Now they having sex in the bathroom. He's getting head in the bathroom. This is ultimately him just saying bathroom over and over and over, and it's all the same thing. This is not legitimate wordplay right here. But yet in the second verse, he's pretty much doing a wordplay with iTunes, where it is a legitimate wordplay here. Where he's talking about how, okay, he made this song, and then he posted it up on iTunes, and then off of iTunes he put it onto his iTunes, and then from that he put it onto MyTunes, in which MyTunes, for those of you who don't know, is the app that pretty much circumvents the monopoly that Apple has over iTunes. Pretty much you can use MyTunes with everything else. He only messes it up when he comes back to iTunes and start using it in the same exact fashion and such, man. But yet that was actually kind of decent. But then he goes back to not understanding what it is on the third verse, where he tries to do a wordplay for Avenue, where this is him just saying Avenue again. And honestly, I can work with that because he's making an attempt, and it's going to be just amount of time before somebody who's knowledgeable will sit them down like, okay, you got your heart in the right area, you're just doing it the wrong way on these aspects, man, and this is how you polish up your lyricism. These are signs that he can become a much better rapper overall, and he's actually making an attempt. As the overall song, not a core concept or anything here. He tried to do some kind of wordplay with Malibu, but it didn't really pan out, as the verses really had nothing to do with it, and it's really him just saying Malibu multiple times and such again. But eventually, I believe he will get it if he continues to try to progress. But a quick recap here, man. The positives that I'm taking from this is that it is a pretty solid song right here, man. The negatives is he's misusing lyricism, but yet in the end, he's still showing promise. But this concludes today's review, man, and now we're going to jump into a brief instrumental from underground producer Tilly Vibes before we jump into some of your questions. So somebody sent me a statement pretty much saying that obviously that G-Unit track that came out was not 100% done. And you know, I'm not trying to hear those excuses, because somehow this song that's not 100% done got rendered down, and then somehow after it got rendered down, it got in the hands of a DJ, and somehow in that hands of the DJ, it got played on the radio and all of that stuff, dude. So even if this isn't a 100% finished product, man, ultimately it's out there, and honestly it's not very good of a song. So no excuses for these guys all the way around. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.